What's up, guys? So this is going to be the last video from Bleach in the year 2016. Tomorrow is the 31st and we have ourselves the 1st on Sunday, which, since the events reset today, I figured, try to get something going, and I pretty much updated the Battle Power rankings. So you will see on the side the US rankings. Alright, Fuji is 12.7 million Battle Power, all very close to the 13 mil. Mages managed to overtake Nanami, and the Battle Power is just crazy. You have the top 5 of Bleach over 10 mil now. I did also make the cutoff 0.8 million for the US side, just to kind of keep things up, but this is going to be the last time I'll update these Battle Power rankings this year as well. I don't plan on updating it tomorrow either, just keeping it the way it is. But the game has really been through a lot this year. It has been through many changes and many events, many different meta changes as well. So, hopefully 2017 just keeps getting better as Go Games has been doing these updates. Now, then you can see on the second side is the EU side, which Yojimbo was the first person on the EU side to get 10 mil Battle Power. Then him and Hayase are also over 10 mil, so 2 people. I also made the cutoff point on the EU side 8 million, just because, they managed to catch up, honestly. 10 people on the EU side are over 8 mil, and the EU side came out many weeks after, maybe even months after the US side did. So it definitely managed to catch up in terms of how the power difference was. Not too many people over there, but it's pretty crazy how the game went ahead and evolved. And then we have ourselves the VIP 0 rankings, which is pretty insane. In the past few months, or in the past month, there has been so many updates and stuff coming out that would just change Battle Power forever, and that's why a lot of people are getting Battle Power at a lot faster rate. And you can see here, Asano being the strongest VIP 0 that's verified at 3.7 million. There was actually another player by the name of Kenpachi, who I have, it looks like it has VIP 0 partners, and it has almost 4 million Battle Power alone on that kind of VIP 0 account. But, there's not, it needs to be verified for it to actually be a VIP 0 account, because that's pretty crazy. I mean, 4 mil BP for a VIP 0, but that is going to cover the rankings. We have been through a lot this year. I have been through a lot, and then, the Christmas events were here. Now we have ourselves with the New Year. So we're back with the 50% super recharge. We also have ourselves the bargain sale, which is actually a pretty decent thing. And, the gift pack was actually very good from the event. It's actually a really good event when it comes to that. Get yourself some decent items just for logging in, and it's bringing in Bankai, Kisuke, which the way to participate in this event is no matter what you're paying for in this shop, you basically get 1 credit for that. Upon being in the actual credit shop, then 1 point is one of these items. It doesn't matter if you're paying more than 1,000. So the cheapest way to do it is by buying Spirit Stone boxes for 800 gold, hopefully going for something else. You have been seeing these partners come back many times. You can also get yourself some fragments from here. So there's a lot of different variety to get from this event. This super rebate is for the server. I actually didn't even claim that. What else is there? The events kind of feel lackluster. Rio Furnace with Shine Ammo for 20k. Rio Furnace has been a pretty good event overall. Now you pretty much either get yourself these Unpactos or you get yourself the Rio's gift. Ultra Hero, which, it has been through so many changes in the last 2 months. The last one being, I believe, Demon Ichigo for 20k. And, there's just so many good partners to get from this, which is actually a really nice thing. I've been noticing Demon Ichigo has been appearing into the events a lot now, so they're really trying to force him on players. But, I feel like his skill is still really good. And the only downside is his stats are pretty low. But, he's a very old partner. For a lot less, maybe like 10k gold, he'd still be worth it. But 20k is still much, but at least you can get that from a recharge. Then you have the Monstrous Trio in the Accelerated Modify. Serete group purchase, which is actually a pretty decent event if you could get the maximum discount. And I believe since now you can get like all the servers up to the first one at least, we should be getting these discounts, and it's definitely going to change the way the game keeps progressing. Now the cool thing is Ultimate Battle Power event managed to bring in Hisagi, and honestly I have enough vitality to get him. He's still 40k points, but the question is, do I really want to get him? Not really. I don't really need a PvP assaulter. I have Berserk Renji for PvE. Hisagi looks cool and all, but yeah, I really don't know what I would think about this. 125% growth rate, stays 100 Fury, drops enemy Fury and disarms him for 1 round, and then he also heals off it. So it's definitely interesting. You know, it's another red partner next to Shinigami Kensei, I believe. So I think Hisagi is the second red partner in the Ultimate Battle Power. I could be wrong. I can't remember that. You know, a bunch of people are actually getting him. So that's really interesting. You actually have a lot of people. At least 14 people are able to get him without any problems. And then hopefully everyone else that has a lot of vitality used up also gets him. So a lot of people are actually going for this Hisagi. That's crazy. I have 28k vitality saved up, so I can definitely pick him up no problem. You know, the other like crazy news that happened meanwhile all this is going on is the freaking Bankai Kenpachi announcement. Like, I have waited for Bankai Kenpachi. I remember, for those of you who used to watch me in Bleach way back then, I used to, like, when I was crazy for Bleach, I used to always ask for a Bankai Kisuke and a Bankai Kenpachi. And it's funny because the Bankai Kisuke came out and the Bankai Kenpachi got announced, but you can see how crazy his skill is, his animation. We used to always make jokes about Bankai Kenpachi, you know, freaking like 800% growth rates, destroying supports or something like that. You know, we kind of imagine him to be the 8 Gates guy version from Unlimited Ninja. We kind of assumed that he would be like an 8 Gates guy, you know, have a really high growth rate, hit the back line type thing. Who knows? I really just hope they don't fuck up Kenpachi. Like, please, do not ruin him. Like, if they ruin Bankai Kenpachi, I will never forgive Gold Games for that. Never. Like, he was a character I wanted the most, and I'm still, like, you know, I can assume he's gonna have an insane price tag. He's probably gonna be like a 60k partner, maybe even like an 80k, 100k recharge. You know, he's gonna be something crazy because he is a fan favorite, and on top of that, you know, he should be overpowered. For those of you who read the manga and all the chapters for the Quincy War, you will realize like how insane Bankai Kenpachi really is. So it would be nice to get him, but I can already say he's gonna be probably at an unreasonable price at first release, and then maybe after like a couple hundred years, he might actually go down in price. So we'll have to see about that. I'm really looking forward to him. You know, we have ourselves Bankai Kenpachi coming out. We might get a new Zanpakuto by February, just because Cotton came out this February of 2016, just by Chinese New Year. So maybe we can get ourselves a new Zanpakuto, see what happens. So it kind of seems like we'll be getting new Zanpakutos at around like New Year's for Chinese New Year's date, and maybe like by July, August type thing. That's kind of how Cotton and Ryujin Jaka was scheduled. So it's not really a good schedule to follow, but it kind of gives you a time period of when something new might come out. You know, we're still waiting. Imagine if they release Nozarashi as Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu, Benihime. There's just so many Zanpakutos they can still make. Minazuki, like there's so many Zanpakutos they can make. They also have the Zero Division Zanpakutos to make in the future, whenever they decide it. And you know, the funny thing is though, you haven't really heard about the Stern Raiders in this game. They were pretty much, there hasn't been a Stern Raider since Jugrom, and then before that they had themselves Bambiata, so they're not really pushing out the Stern Raiders. Maybe we can get ourselves a new Stern Raider next year, after like the Bankai Kenpachi. I really don't know what that Bankai Kenpachi is going to come from. What if they release him on Chinese New Year and just drop the bomb with that? That would be pretty nuts. You know, I just want to see him. Like, I just pray that they don't ruin him. You know, I think he would have to have some monstrous growth rates, for sure. He probably should be an orange partner. You know, like, biased or not, he should be a orange partner, because even with full power Bankai Kenpachi, he would just destroy everybody. And you know, it's funny because a week or two ago, I've been having so many things happen the past week. Like, so you guys that probably keep in touch with me on Discord or watch my videos, especially my Naruto Online ones, you probably know what's been happening. So the whole situation is kind of under control now. Should be a few weeks before everything is fully back to normal. On top of that, I haven't had any time to settle in with my account. So I will wait until my cousins leave. which is probably gonna be the next event cycle. They leave on January 4th. So maybe starting January 4th, I can finally do something on this account. Like, I'm still holding on to everything. Yeah, I'm still holding on to everything. Really trying to use it up and get my battle power up because I've been slacking. And, you know, it sucks updating the battle power rankings because I realize I'll probably never end up being on my own battle power rankings. So it's just a bad feeling. But on top of that, it's really interesting to see where everybody ends up. But that's the thing about Bleach Online. The moment you stop spending for power, or if you fall behind because of not spending, then you're really gonna take a hit. And that's what happened to me when I kind of stopped recharging for power. Now I just do it for Shinigami Agent, and then every time the Bankai puzzle thing comes out, then I just get my free like $20 every day for a $5 recharge. So that's pretty much the only thing I've been doing. And then just stacking materials. So I'm wondering how far I can go. I honestly don't see myself hitting 5 mil with all the stuff I had stacked up. Because if you really look at it, it's really not that much. Those spirit stones might barely give me a power boost, but I actually think I can get myself... Yeah, I can actually max out the wisdom for my Namaya. So like I pretty much stack all the damage of my Namaya. That is the goal. I give all the speed to Hikifune, all the damage to Namaya. I really wish I had one support that could just, you know, just be stacked and just raid people. I'm honestly tempted to go everything into Namaya. You know, for one reason, I feel that too many people in my CSB now have the 7th mod for like their Senjumarus and other partners, so they can hit through my invincibility, which is a big problem. You know, if they can hit through Hikifune's invincibility, that really gets rid of my shield for me. I still like Hikifune because of her 6th mod. Just when she dies, she gives everybody fury, so it's really good for Void Region. But as a main support, you know, she's really been falling off for me. If a lot of people I'm fighting against just have the 7th mod and they can hit past that, it really doesn't guarantee me the safety that I used to do, so I have no idea what to do. I could stack everything into Namaya. It would definitely make him a lot stronger, but I do need to work on his evos then. And, you know, the exclusive is another problem, because if I was to inherit Hikifune, I would probably lose out on a bunch of frags. Let me just check what the inherit would say. So, exclusive level, I would get 15, or I use 15k exclusives. I would lose 3,000 exclusives. That really hurts. Did they actually knock down the price? Or I could have sworn. Oh no, some things are just 300 gold and others are 500. Okay. But yeah, you know, I would get 11,600. So I'm still missing out on 3,000 exclusive frags, which kind of hurts. It would get me like a few levels. So I could probably get the Maya back up to like maybe 40 something, like 41, 42. Maybe even less, who knows. That's probably what I could get him up to, just start stacking the Maya. Or I can just wait, which is probably the best option. For when I choose to, you know, I have 7k gold stacked up. Next Bankai power, I should get up to maybe 10k, and then maybe finally get myself a new partner. Or, you know, just fuck. If there was an ultimate battle power that could give me a support, that would really fix my situation, because then I could wait for a Vanguard. And instead of having to wait for a support from ultimate battle power, I can get myself a Vanguard. You know, the human Komamura looked pretty interesting, but he was just expensive. Like, I'm not gonna go for any 40k partners. I'm really trying to go for like 20k and under to keep it reasonable, at least. And apart from all this stuff, like, you know, the Bankai Kenpachi announcement really made me happy. Like, I just love the animation they have for him. But every time Go Games has a cool partner, they manage to fuck it up. Like, why is this low growth rate thing still a thing? I mean, 100% growth rate for these supports. They're supposed to be new, and they're just so mix and match. But the thing is, the growth rates are pretty much bullshit anyway. Like, people realize, or probably they don't realize, but, you know, Ryujin Jaka, this fucking shit has, like, ignites and mutilates based off 15 to 30% growth rates, right? But they will fucking molest your whole team. So the growth rates are really a lie, honestly. But the partners' effects themselves and modifiers aren't too good. But at least now you can kind of get rid of some of the bad modifiers. So I have a lot of stuff to do on my account. I do need to, you know, make sure, what do I want to do? Do I want to just stack everything into one support? and pretty much keep Namaya, I guess. Or do I just really want to take my chance and hold out with Hikifune a little bit longer? But I can say that in my CSB, there's a lot of people that have the last modified, the ultimate mod that goes past invincibility. So it's been worrying me, at least. There's sometimes where I actually have to revolve around RNG and stuff to win CSB fights. So yeah, I need to definitely go through my account and start fixing things. On top of that, alright, last Void region, I get exclusives again, which is pretty happy. They so-called fixed the mutilate bug when it came into everything but Void region. I don't know if it's going to be fixed by the next one, hopefully. But Void region literally lasted 1 minute. My Namaya hit that shit, and and the freaking mutilate went off and almost killed your watch. So it's pretty crazy. This is the only time my server group has ever killed a Void region as well, and it happened to be your watch. So I'll show you guys the battle report real quick. But let me just show you. So I got rewards as well for, holy shit, look at all the fucking rewards I got. I think all the rewards got stacked up into it. So I got 100 conquest, 100 exclusive, 50 stones, 50 refines, and 50 soul stones as well. So that's nice. And then I got 500 exclusives and 500 coupons on top of that. For a 1 minute Void region. You know, to be honest, I wouldn't be mad for myself. If, like, you know, if you're gonna get first because of mutilate and get all these rewards, why would you be mad, right? But the problem is, you know, silver is pretty hard, so you do kind of want silver. For me, I had so much stacked up, so it doesn't bother me too much. But it really feels nice. Like, I actually don't want to erase those Void region messages. But actually, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. I forgot, Naruto Online actually shows you like an imprint of what you at least took from the mail. But here, we don't do that. You know, we don't have that kind of luxury. But, you know, I always have it on this video, and it's just crazy. But let me just show you the fight real quick. So standing man-to-man with your watch. And your watch is no joke, though. He fucking straight up molests you. They still didn't actually translate his name to the English side, at least. It's still in Chinese. But, you know, it's just, your watch is the hardest Void region. You know, even the funny thing is, Namaya didn't even fucking hit him. Like, only Berserk Renji managed to hit him and got straight up smoked. And then next thing you know, the freaking mutilate hit, like, I don't even know, 160 billion health or 100 million. I don't even know how much health he has. Alright, the numbers are too damn high. But look at his fucking numbers. Like, that freaking mutilate took out most of his HP. The only thing I wasn't able to do was get the finishing blow. But I managed to do like 80% of his entire health pool from this fight alone. It was pretty crazy. You know, it's just like a once in a lifetime experience. I freaking wish I could keep doing this in Void region, but you know, it's probably gonna get fixed, right? I mean, we got ourselves the amazing Go Games side who takes care of our needs, no problem. New Year's Revolution, freaking New Year, new Go Games, right? So it's just, I just still can't get over that freaking mutilate. Like, that was literally the only damage I actually did, apart from Berserk Renji. So, being the New Year and all, or at least it's gonna be the New Year, I have a lot of things to catch up on. Really want to get at least 5 mil BP, then I would actually be pretty happy if I could get 5 mil. Because it's been such a slow-ass grind. Like the last time I spent money to get myself something was when I bought Namaya. No, the 140, 130 sets in the Love Couples event. I think that was actually the last time I did anything outside of Shinigami Agent. So I was probably like 3 point something million battle power. Since then, it's been really slow to raise power. So I have a lot of stuff to do. A lot of material still stacked up. You know, look at these Spirit Stones. They keep going up. They're freaking going up in here. And I've been really missing Ryoka lately, so I'm trying to get back on top. I have 2 stacks of fucking dodges. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to go through. I'll be taking suggestions, you know, from everybody. Like, I kind of want to go through the Namaya stacking route. Yeah, I feel like just stacking everything into Namaya, although I won't expect him to be as fast as Hikifune because his growth rate falls off. I mean, 4.9 compared to 5.3 is a pretty big deal. But I think Namaya actually has a fucking speed bond, does he not? No, he doesn't. So that's the shit that really like kills me. I really want to get a support that is super good but has a speed bond on top of that. And you know, I would say it's kind of too late for me to get Senjumaru. I don't want to invest in a new partner unless I'm gonna enjoy them. And it's honestly been like a whole year of seeing Senjumaru's and the whole year of Senjumaru versus Hikifune battles. So I really just want to stay away from Senjumaru. Maybe something else. What is there from this freaking Bankai? Like honestly, I would get a Bankai Kisuke and fuck with this. But I wish I had a Ryujin Jaka. I can't stand Cotton. I wish I never got Cotton back then and got Ryujin Jaka. It makes for such an easier meta. You could win fights just by having one person stacked to the shit. Knowing how bad my luck is though, Bankai Kisuke would not work out. But it would just be a cool person to have. Apart from other supports, Hashwalt's beautiful. Raijin Yorichi's pretty overpowered. Bambietta though, goddamn, Lord have mercy on that one. But that's pretty much everything for today, guys. I think I covered everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Even though it's not New Year's yet, Happy New Year's for those of you who only watch Bleach videos, because I only do Bleach videos on every single new event cycle. It's kind of nice and relaxing because it keeps it fresh for me. But yeah, this video is gonna just be an early Happy New Year's to you guys. And if you're watching it after the New Year, hopefully the New Year goes better for you. Hopefully it goes better for me as well. And I just hope that the game gets better throughout the year, honestly. Like, we've been through so much. There's been a lot of updates, a lot of changes. More updates and changes planned for the future. So I'll be looking forward to it. And just seeing what the next year holds for us. As well as all the new crazy battle powers and partners and Zanpakutos we'll be getting. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next year with the first set of the 2017 events.